Hi, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Building a Harmonious Family with Nevena Bajalets. And today we're going to talk about parenting, but also parenting and starting your own business. My guest is Enetra Eyraud, and Enetra is coming to us from US. She has been living in California. At the moment, she is in Arizona, and she is helping moms and people who want to start their own businesses, but they don't know where to start. So I think a lot of you is going to benefit from this interview today. And Anitra, thank you first of all for being here. Thank you for taking the time. And I would love to hear just a little bit more about yourself. Tell us a little bit more how your journey started and how you started doing what you're doing.
Sure. First, thanks for having me. I'm excited. I am by trade customer service and project management. That's what I did in corporate for many years and decided to be a mom in my later years. It was kind of a last call. Are you going to do this motherhood or not? So I did that, and I was fortunate enough to be in a position to do it as a stay-at-home mom. So I spent the first few years really enjoying that with my son, and then I got bored. Like, not that I'm blessed to be home with him, but I need stimulation and I need my own thing and I need a business. And so I did some real estate and some real estate investing. And then I found myself really drawn to writing business plans and helping people that have an idea, but they don't have confidence to do it because that aspect overwhelms them. So I've just kind of transitioned into helping others pursue their dreams on a detailed fine print side. I'm not digitally savvy. I'm not creative with artistic, but when it comes to writing any kind of copy or, a business plan for funding, helping with offers, strategy, exit strategies, growth, things like that, pricing. And I try to help them with those details that just seem to sometimes people just go blank, like, what? I'm like, no, we got this. So that's where I'm
Yes.
at.
Yes. So let me ask you first. We're going to dig into this business a little bit later, but I would like to know. So you said this was kind of like you said, the last call, right? Being a parent. So how was the experience of becoming a parent for you? Was it something that you expected? Was there a lot of surprises? I love asking my guests, what is something that you learned that nobody told you before? So, I can learn and others can learn also, like, oh, I never thought about that.
Um, I never thought, I guess that's a good question. I always thought it would remind me of being a babysitter when I was younger. I always thought I would kind of approach stay-at-home mom like it was when I used to babysit kids. No, because you've got house to take care of and dogs to take care of and other life responsibilities. You were never paying the bills and handling grocery shopping when you were babysitting. So it's like, well, this is not like babysitting at all. It comes with a lot of work. So that's one thing that I didn't even consider when I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. Some days I'm very jealous that people get to leave their house. And I'm like, I want to go. I want to go for a car ride. So it's been fun though.
Yes, yes. So tell me a little bit more. I want to ask you now, when you said that I truly believe that it's very important that, of course, you have a choice that if you want to stay at home, if you want to work, I believe we want freedom, right? So we always talk about
Yes.
financial freedom and why is this important. So, how about you said that your idea and what you wanted was, hey, I enjoy being a mom, but it's not enough. Like I have more potential in me, and I always support women to either have a hobby because I think it's very important for our mental health and to get out and think of something else.
Yes. Yes.
So, what would you say to a woman? A lot of women now, if they're being a stay-at-home mom for quite some years, they have a belief that they're out of market, they don't know where to start, they have a little bit maybe less confidence. So what is
Mhm.
something advice that you would give to them, and tips maybe to help them?
I think the first thing that really helped me was just finding a mentor, just finding entrepreneurs online and kind of, listening to them. And it was kind of a personal development that I was going through because it did start with, okay, now what? I don't want to go back to what I was doing, but I don't want to do this, only this, being at home and being a mom. I wanted something of my own. So I kind of went on a personal development journey, just trying to discover kind of what my new passions and interests would be at this new part of my life, not just age, but being a mom as well. And then along the way, I found mentors, and I've built a network in that realm, and that's kind of how I've blossomed and grown and found my path. So
Yeah.
definitely, I wouldn't try to do it by yourself, and I wouldn't beat yourself up about it if you can't come to your own conclusions by yourself. Just start listening to podcasts and other, read some books, and you'll find your way. You just gotta be patient with yourself, definitely.
I love that. And that's true. Sometimes we are not patient, and they say the bigger goals you have, the more patience you need, but we are very
Yeah,
much
I love
impatient.
that.
And yes, and I'm a big supporter of coaching and mentoring, definitely. I mean, I do coach and I do mentor people as well, and families, but it helped me. And I was 28 years old when I discovered, in a way, personal development. And it was such an eye opening for me that I totally changed my life. And I was like, I cannot believe that nobody told me, nobody taught me this. My parents don't know about this, right? And I'm someone who also believe that we shouldn't be put in a box. So if you like doing a
Hmm.
couple of things, a lot of people say you're a mom, you cannot do that anymore. Well, who is saying that you cannot do things anymore? And I love challenging people and challenging women in different ways. And I think it's so beautiful that you said this as well, and that you experienced that as well. Because
Oh
just
yeah.
because maybe you had 20 years of experience in corporates, I know women and I work with women who changed from being a lawyer for 20 years and said, no, I want time freedom. There's other business models, other things you can do, other services you can provide, and create the life you want. So
Most
that's
definitely.
beautiful.
Yes,
So
I
tell
agree
us a
with
little
that
bit more
completely.
about some steps that they are part of taking a mentor. What are some other steps that moms can take in order to start doing something on their own, to start their own business?
I think one of the most important things is to just really uh, speak up. And even I wrestled with that. I've got it in my head, and I write a lot in my journals, and I've got this creative desire, but I don't ever put it out there. And that's kind of the biggest step. But you've got to put it out there. You've got to, whether you just put a page together on Facebook and just start showing up and sharing and see who pops in to see what's being said, or if you write some ebooks, or networking. But it's hard when you become isolated at home with the children. It's hard to go back out. It's an awkward, you feel like you're out of touch because you've been away for so long. So that was hard. But my tips would be to just do it. You've got to take that action. You've got to take the action. Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. And whatever is something that I would say we do for the first time and it's new. I remember when I started and I wanted to do videos for social media, like we call this our paradigm, right? So our brain want to keep us safe. So when something is new for you, your brain says danger, 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 right? You can embarrass yourself, this can happen, you can fail. And then I would come with excuses. My hair doesn't look good. Now, I record, this is my third podcast I'm recording today. I don't even have makeup. I'm in the same shirt. I'm like, oh my God, people are going to watch this. They're going to say this lady always wears the same shirt. But anyway, you just stop. It's not about that. It's about message that you have. And then, but the point was that I was coming with all of these excuses. Why not to do it today? Why not today? And then I did it a couple of times and my brain said, well, you didn't die. It's actually fun doing this. And, people
Right.
are liking, there is something somebody benefit from it. So yes, let's just say to all of moms, just do it.
Just do it.
We
Yeah.
always think what people gonna think of us instead of thinking, hey, there might be one person who can benefit from this. And that
Yep.
was my goal from even having this podcast, this interview in regular moms. Not everybody has to be a published author and coach and mentor. No, I
Hmm.
just want everybody to share this story because everybody's story matters, and everybody's story, there is someone who will benefit from that story. And
Exactly.
that was why I started this journey. So I would
Oh,
like to know
great.
and ask you for some advice on parenting. What were some struggles that you had as a parent with your son, right? He's 9 years old now. What was
Hmm.
maybe the most difficult age for you? What are the struggles you had and how did you overcome them?
Um, I don't know that there was a difficult age. When he was little, there was naps, so you had some reading time. And then, he was able to go to school and get out of the house. And that's when I really started okay, now what? I've got 6 hours a day to myself. Let's make it useful. But you still find yourself working when he's in the house. So I had to start setting the microwave timer, so when this ticks down, that's when mom's available. I had to start drawing boundaries even in the house with him on, I need to get this done. I've committed a deadline to somebody, so please just give mom an hour. But it is time blocking, and you've got to even prepare yourself for that, because it's hard for a 4-year-old to watch the microwave clock and say, okay, mom's not available. And I don't want it to be like I'm not available to my son, but it's boundaries and space, and he was safe. Now that he's older and we're dealing with COVID and distance learning, now we're attached to the hip like this, so we're definitely drawing even more boundaries. Like even right now, I am busy. Please do not disturb me at this moment, So it's gotten a little more challenging right now just because we're at home together. So my days, as good as my intentions are to time block, some days just he needs help, with school, and I got to be available during his school hours to help him with that.
Yeah, I
So,
love that. And I feel, what would you say to parents who feel guilt for booking their own time? I have so many parents who say, but no, but they need me and I have to put them first. And yes, they need you, but you also have to prioritize yourself, because if you don't, you at the end of the day will not be fulfilled, not feel fulfilled, and you're gonna put that sense of yourself and that feeling into them, right? You now not gonna be fulfilled and happy mother. So what would you say about that?
it's a real thing, and I do my best to really manage what our expectations are for the week, so I'm not disappointing him. If I had committed to, like, right now, let's go look at Christmas lights, I'm not gonna not take care of that. I'm gonna, make some commitments to him during the week, and I make sure that I fulfill them. So on days that I do have to kind of not be available or create some disappointment, there's not as much guilt there, because I know I have taken time with him. I make a good effort in the evenings to either watch a Disney movie with them, or he's not really into Disney anymore. I've missed the Disney movies right now, but we'll watch a movie or we'll play a board game or something. But I do definitely try to find time that's not school related, not parenting related, not chore related. It's just us, family time, So as long as I block that into our schedule, I don't have as much guilt.
Yes, lovely. And I think setting boundaries, and even when you're a working parent, I always tell parents, my parents worked, and I never regret and or never told them, oh, you are working 12 hours or 10 hours per day. No, we knew they're at work. Mom would give us a call. She would ask us if we clean. She would always give us chores. You clean, you vacuum. And then we wait the last minute before she comes from work to do everything. And like all kids. And then she would just call us and ask us, did you do your homework? How was the school, right? To check up. We had the grandparents in the house. We didn't have nannies, but grandparents were with us. But I never blame my parents for not being around all the time, and your children will also not blame you, but they're gonna have you as a role model of, oh, my mom has boundaries, she's working, she's succeeding, she's happy, she has her goals, because they're gonna want to have their life and their goals and their journey as well, and you're gonna respect that as a parent as well.
Exactly.
So tell us where people can find you. What is it the moment that you're doing? Do you do any online courses, any online support? How can people reach to you and get support?
Right now, the best way to reach me would be on Facebook. You can either, look me up, or my Facebook group is Exceed Expectations, a customer service and business strategy company. That's currently in the works right now. It's pretty much one-on-one clients. And, if you've got questions or need help, or just are curious if, I could be of service, definitely reach out to me and we can talk. It is my goal to at some point have, whether it be a weekly or monthly service where I'm reaching a greater mass than a one-on-one situation. I'd love to have a course, but I haven't quite figured out how to put my knowledge into a brand course or an all-encompass course. Right now, it's very specific to everybody's particular business model. So that's a work in progress and something I'm definitely striving towards. But and then all of my social media contact is there in my Facebook. So
beautiful. So we're going to add the link in the description of this podcast. Make sure to connect with Enetra. And thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Enjoy meeting you. Enjoy listening to your journey. I want to thank the listeners for being here, for listening. Make sure to download this episode, share the podcast so others can benefit as well. Tag us in in your Instagram stories that you're listening to this podcast as well. And we will see you, and I will see you in the next episode.